afternoon, students. Now we shall continue with our history lesson, Bahmani Adil Shahs. The other day I had finished up to, I had started with the cultural contribution and I had finished up to education. Now let us continue with the next, that is the literature during the time of the Bahmani Adil Shahs. The first is literature activities were encouraged by Bahmani Sultans. So the Bahmani Sultans, they encouraged the literature activities or the literary activities in their kingdom. They sheltered many philosophers, poets and writers in their kingdom. Who are the philosophers? Philosophers are the ones who study about life. So the Bahmani Sultans, they gave shelter and they encouraged many writers, philosophers and poets in their kingdom. Some writers and poets, very famous writers and poets who were there during their time were Firoz Shah, Muhammad Shah II and Muhammad Gawan. So these were some of the important writers during their time. During this period, Persian, Arabic and Urdu literature developed. So more importance was given to Persian, Urdu and Arabic literature. There was a person called as Bande Nawaz who was a great Sufi saint and he belonged to this period. The language used by these writers became famous as the Dakkani language. And later this Dakkani language was developed into Urdu language. Next, coming to the sculptures. Bahmani dynasty was very famous for its sculpture and for architecture. They had beautiful carvings in the stone, beautiful statues and wall carvings were there. Monuments which are in Bidar, Kalburgi and other places are in the Indo-Islamic style and this style is called as the Dakkani style. So whatever the monuments which were there in Bidar and Kalburgi, they were in the Indian as well as in the Islamic style and this style of architecture is called as the Dakkani style. The first contribution of the Bahmani Sultan is the Jamia Masjid in Kalburgi and it was built by Muhammad Shah. It is one of the famous monuments and the first contribution of the Bahmani kings or the Bahmani Sultans. There are tombs of Sultan in Kalburgi. Many tombs, there is a tomb of the Sultan in Kalburgi and the tomb of Bande Nawaz is an important monument in Kalburgi. Some important monuments are Bidar's Solakapa Mosque, beautiful palaces and forts and they are decorated with beautiful carvings and this carving is done in the wood. It is decorated very beautifully. Wood carving is done and there are 12 tombs of Ashtur near Bidar and it is also very much famous. You can see all these are in architecture even now. Many people, many tourists visit this and these places are known for their sculpture and architecture. The most important monument of the Bahmani kingdom is the Madrasa and built by Muhammad Gawan. That is a college built by Muhammad Gawan and it is about 242 feet wide. 242 feet wide and it is around 222 feet long and it is about 56 feet in height. So the most prominent monument of the Bahmani kingdom is the Madrasa which was built by Muhammad Gawan and it is a 3-storied building. That is first story, second story, 3-story, like that 3 stories are there and it is more than 5 centuries old. 5 centuries means 1 century will be around 100 years. So 5 centuries around 500 years. Now coming to the Shah dynasties. After the death of Muhammad Gawan, Bahmani kingdom became very weak. There was no better ruler or a good ruler after Muhammad Gawan. So the kingdom started becoming weaker and weaker. It lost its strength, it lost its power. The sultans who came to power after Muhammad Gaman were incompetent. They were not very good administrators, or they were not able rulers. They were unable to win the hearts of their subjects, and they were not able to rule in the same way as Muhammad Gaman had done. That is, they were incompetent kings. The last king was Kalimullah Shah, and after his death, Bahmani kingdom was broken into 5 states of the Shahis. So the last ruler was Kalimullah Shah, and after his death, Bahmani kingdom was broken into 5 states. Now, which are the 5 states of the Shahis we will see? The first one is Adil Shah of Vijaypur. First one, 5 Shahi states. First one, Adil Shah of Vijaypur. The second one is Balid Shah of Bidar. Balid Shah of Bidar. Third one is Qutub Shah of Golconda. Qutub Shah, Golconda. Fourth comes Nizam Shahs of Ahmednagar. And Imad Shah of Berar. Imad Shah of Berar. So, after the death of Muhammad Gaman, the rulers who came after him were incompetent. They were not able rulers and good administrators. And Kalimullah was the last king of this dynasty. After his death, this Bahmani dynasty was divided into 5 Shahi states. Now, first we will see Adil Shah of Vijaypur. So, Adil Shah ruled from Vijaypur. Yusuf Adil Shah was its founder. So, Yusuf Adil Shah was the founder of Adil Shah of Vijaypur dynasty. He was a very good administrator, and he was tolerant towards all religions. That is, he respected all the religions. And after him, Ibrahim Adil Shah came to power. So, after his death, after Adil Shah's death, Ibrahim Adil Shah came to power. And coming to Ibrahim Adil Shah too, he was a great king among the other sultans. He became famous. He was one of the important kings. During his rule, the kingdom was expanded and the kingdom became rich. So, in his hands, the kingdom flourished. It became rich. He expanded his kingdom, and for this, he got the title of Jagat Guru Badshah. For his good work, Ibrahim Adil Shah too got the title Jagat Guru Badshah. And he also, I told you, he tolerated other religions. He sheltered many Hindu poets, philosophers and musicians in his court. And he renovated, that is, reconstructed the Datta temple, that is a Hindu temple. That he was tolerant towards all religion, I told you. So, in spite of that also, he renovated the Datta temple and encouraged puja rituals in the temple. And he worked very hard for the harmony, that is peace and understanding between the Hindus and the Muslims. He always stood by both the religions. He did not make any difference between the religions. He respected both the religions. He worked very hard so that there should be a harmony between the two communities. And he wrote a book called as Kitab-e-Navaras. So, Ibrahim Adil Shah too wrote a book called as Kitab-e-Navaras. So, this was the book written by him. And what title did he get? He got the title as Jagat Guru Badshah. And in this book, in this Kitab-e-Navaras book, the book begins with worshipping of Hindu gods. In the beginning of the starting of the book only, what he has written is worshipping of the Hindu gods like Ganapati, Saraswati, Bhairavi and others. Ibrahim Adil Shah one monument what he has built is the Ibrahim Roza, and it is very famous for its architecture, for its art and architecture. Next we come to Barid Shah of Bidar. So when Bahmani state was scattered into many provinces, Barid Shahs ruled from the Deccan's Bidar and regions around it. So when Bahmani kingdom was split, or it was divided or scattered into provinces, Barid Shah ruled from Bidar and the regions around it, and Qutub Barid Shah was the founder of this dynasty. So who was the founder of this Barid Shah of Bidar dynasty? Qutub Barid Shah. Yes, he was the founder of this dynasty. Qasim Barid Shah was the founder. Not Qutub, sorry, it's Qasim Barid Shah. So founder of Barid Shah dynasty was Qasim Barid Shah. After his death, Ibrahim and his brother Qasim, who was ruling Bidar, was incompetent kings. So after the death of Qasim Barid Shah, the king who took after him, they were incompetent. They were not able administrators and they were not very good rulers. And they had inner conflicts and fights among themselves. They did not have any unity amongst themselves. There were conflicts, there were misunderstandings, there were fights between them. They were not united. So Ibrahim Adil Shah of Bijapur captured Bidar. So taking this opportunity, seeing that there is no unity in this kingdom, there is a fight amongst the rulers itself, who took over? The next king who took over was Ibrahim Adil Shah of Bijapur. He captured Bidar. In this way, Barid Shah kingdom was merged into Ibrahim's Bijapur state. So in this way what happened? This Barid Shah kingdom was merged with Ibrahim's Bijapur state. Now let us come to Qutub Shah of Golconda. The third one, today I will explain only till here because it's a very big lesson and I have divided it into 3 parts. So many dynasties and kings' names are there. So you won't be confused. I don't want to confuse you. So today I will deal with only 3 kingdoms here. Next is the Qutub Shah of Golconda. Quli Qutub Shah. He was the famous founder of the Golconda state. So who was the founder here? Quli Qutub Shah. He was the founder of the Golconda state. And he ruled the state with a very good administration. He was a good administrator, he was a very good ruler, but he was killed by his own son in the year 1543 CE. So Ibrahim, coming to the next one was, who took over was Ibrahim. He had compassion for Hindu religion and many Hindu officers were there in his administration. So he had compassion for the Hindu officers. Many Hindu religion officers were in his court, in his administration. During his rule, he made Golconda a very, very beautiful city. He renovated the city. He made it into a very beautiful city, and he also changed his capital from Golconda to Hyderabad. After his death, Abdul Qutub Shah, Abdul Hassan and others came to power. So after his death, who came to power? Abdul Qutub Shah, Abdul Hassan and others came to power, but they were incompetent rulers. They were not very good rulers. They were unable to rule. So Golconda was taken or given to the Mughals. It was surrendered to the Mughals. So till here I have done. The next we are going to Nizam Shah of Ahmednagar and Ahmad Shah of Berar. So I will stop here now, children. Till here, how much I have completed, I have explained. Till there, I will give you the notes. So write it neatly in your books, and I am very happy because all of you are doing your work very neatly, and I hope that you will do the same. So keep it up, children, and do your work very neatly. Thank you.